Hey y'all, how's it going? I'll let you in on a secret. This is the second shooting of this. The first one was 13 minutes, and I know none of you want to hear me ramble for 13 minutes. Yesterday had some good news-ish, and it also had some really bad news. We'll start with the good news. I had a couple people reach out because it was my 50th day since I was laid off, and I posted that on Facebook. And one offered me some resources, and it was just stuff like, here's how to write your resume. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good there. Like, I've had to write resumes in 3 classes now, and I also enhanced it with GPT-4, so I think I'm good there. But I'll take a look at the resources today. Another person is HR for a school corporation, a school system that I went to. They told me they had some openings that, wouldn't be glamorous, and some of them are just contract and temporary. But it was nice that they were watching out for me. Actually, their wife was watching out for me. She's a good lady. She's pretty cool. She tries to help everyone that she can, and that's very admirable. So I'm not too interested in being a janitor for 12 months. That was one of them. And then another one was $15 an hour, and it feels real hard for me to take a job making $15 an hour, even though I'm unemployed, because I have that 1099 stuff going. And as long as it's lasting, I'm doing that from the couch. So why would I want to drive 30 minutes somewhere to do, So maybe if that's dried up, and then yeah, obviously I'd go take a $15 job in a heartbeat. But it's hard to convey to people that we're doing kind of okay financially. Money's going out faster than it's coming in, but they're close to being balanced. This stuff's obviously increased my unemployment runway considerably, enough so that I'll be eligible for unemployment in a week if I wasn't doing this, and I don't need it right now. I've still got 80%, 75% of my severance because the 1099 money has, been mostly filling the need. I got rejected from 2 jobs yesterday. I saw 3 or 4 more, looked at my application. No, actually, I got rejected from 3. I forgot there was 2 in the evening and 1 in the morning. Yeah. I was able to get a bunch of errands done yesterday. Finished cutting the lawn. That's a 3-day process unless you want to be out there for 4 hours. And might as well break it up. I got some more seed down in the front yard because I knew rain was coming today, and it has been raining already today. That's rehabilitation after the well drilling is coming along quite well. And then I got water softener salt. And I will say, I hate that they put those plastic handles on bags. Carrying those 40-pound bags, that stuff just shreds the skin on your hands because the plastic stretches out. Every step it's stretching more and more and more, and usually they break before I get them in the basement. This time they didn't, but they were close. What else? This bread. I got this Zopf loaf yesterday. Zopf. I don't know. Das Brot is hopefully lecker. It looks very delicious, very lecker, but it's like a croissant mixed with a challah. That's what I'd say it looks like. Sorry, that white balance is awful. I don't know what you can see that. Focus. It's trying to focus on the text. There you go. You can kind of see that. But it's definitely got a really nice egg wash and has that stretched, almost sinewy muscle kind of look that you get with croissant sometimes. It does have lemon zest in it, and I am not a fan of lemon, but the Germans and presumably the Swiss love to use stuff like orange and lemon zest and everything. So we'll see. Kind of excited about that. I like new breads. What else? So the bad news. I was on Facebook yesterday afternoon, and a good friend from high school, one of my crew from high school, someone I would go to shows with and movies, and we were mall rats together, and we did so much together as a group. They posted that they have breast cancer. So that's now 2 friends from high school fighting cancer. At least 2 that I'm aware of. Another about the same age whose thyroidectomy and radiation failed to get all the cells and is now spread into their vocal cords. My mother, the other family member who's still in the hospital, day 5 now, on a feeding tube to get some nutrition in them because they have a large mass blocking the exit of their stomach. We're waiting to hear on that biopsy. But obviously it's either going to be, it could be some sort of inflammation from, an ulcer, but it could also just be like a non-cancerous tumor, or who knows. Maybe they swallowed a bunch of gum in like 1970 and it's finally, either way, it's less than an ideal situation. And it's going to be a process, even if it's not cancerous, to deal with it. So we're waiting to hear about that. And it's just like, good grief. But it's the world we live in now. I remember 10 or 15 years ago, the statistic was 1 in 6 to 1 in 8 would develop cancer in their lifetime. And a recent figure I've seen in the past 6 months is it's now 1 in 4 to 1 in 6. And some think that that's even not accurate enough, that it may be higher. The wonderful things we've done to our planet and the price we're paying for it. So yeah, we're getting rain today. The garden loves it. The peas are doing good. They're 4 to 6 inches tall. Probably closer to 6 on most of them. The lettuce, 2 of the varieties of lettuce have leaves. The spinach is doing gangbusters. It starts with that little grassy looking antenna, and then it turns into the actual leaves. And a bunch of them still are antenna, but probably a third of them have leaves yesterday when I was out there cutting grass in the morning. So they may have it by now. We did get our seedlings started a little late for like the tomatoes and peppers and stuff, but about a third of them had germinated yesterday, and we just started them Saturday. So they'll come along, and since I'm unemployed and at home, I can, on sunny days, I can move them out to the patio to give them some wind pressure and give them direct sunlight, because they only get sunlight for a couple hours directly on the patio. On the enclosed patio. I'll put them on the deck, and they'll come along pretty quick. I'm not too worried about it. I've put tomatoes in at the beginning of May, and I put tomatoes in like at the beginning of June. We were still growing. We still had the tomatoes producing like into October last year or so, and they started in like the end of May, beginning of June. So I'm not worried about it. We'll get a year's worth of our tomato out as long as we get rain. And yet last year we didn't even get much rain. We had 6 weeks where we didn't get rain, and we still managed to put up enough tomato product for our needs. So, and the peppers, we mostly buy our bell peppers and stuff for our salads, but like we plant some of these bullnose ones that have so much flavor. They're it's the bullnose. They're these bell peppers that are about yay big, and they just have so much flavor. That's the bullnose. It's so much. You pop one off and you smell it, and it's just like intoxicating. They're delicious. I did buy 4 super chili plants yesterday. They're probably ready to go in the ground in like a week. I want to give them some wind pressure since they were from a nursery, from a Cox's plant farm. The super chilies, we're not going to harvest a lot of them this year. They're pretty tiny and they pack quite a bit of heat. And it's just not worth it trying to get the seed sacks and seeds and stuff out of them because they're like an inch to 2.5 inches. But I like going out and just plucking one off and eating it raw every morning. That's what I did last year. This will be our 3rd year growing them. We're just going to put 4 of them in the front of the house, kind of decorative, because they get a couple feet tall and they produce hundreds of peppers each, and they just look really cool. They're a nice ornamental. And then I can still go out there and pop one off and eat it. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. I did this twice. The first one was 13 minutes, and I was like, that's too long, and now we're at 11.5 minutes. So sorry, guys. Just got a lot on my mind, and this is my therapy. You're my therapist. This is where I vent about the previous day. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Since tomorrow's Saturday, it'll be a short one, I promise. I'm kind of lazy on the weekends when it comes to these. But I hope you're doing good. I know one of my subscribers was going to have an interview. I hope that went well, and I hope they get an offer. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.